Hello everyone, it's Mecka speaking, and welcome to another one of my beginner videos on strikes in a nutshell, which will cover Icebrood Saga 5 missions and Cold War. So in this video, I'll be covering what you need in order to take part, what formations and builds you need, where to go, each different strike individually, any individual needs for each strike, and finally I'll show you what to expect in rewards. The strike missions we'll be taking part in will be fairly easy, other than two strikes, Whisper of Jormag and Bone Skinner, which will need a little practice, but don't worry, I'll be covering this later in the video. So what do you actually require to take part in strikes? So all you need is exotic gear. You don't need Ascended or Legendary gear, or any infusions like fractals. All we require is you to fill one of the roles. We need 2 healers and 8 damage dealers, or DPS, or known as DPS. These healers and damage dealers will be set up into 2 teams, 1 healer and 4 damage dealers, and each team will require a quickness alti boons. It also helps to bring along crowd control if you can bring that with you. CC, if you don't really understand that, then just let a member of your team know. If you're with me in the strikes, just give me a little whisper and I'll sort you out. So where do we go? Well, we always normally meet up in Iron North and build a team there of 10 players. So we meet up and the commander will start each mission. And that will be shown each time I start a new mission. I'll show you what I select for each mission. So here you can see I'm at Iron North. And our first strike is Shiver Peaks Pass. When we're here, we have a little trek to get to the actual boss and a little jumping puzzle. So I'm going to quickly start this mission without any players in my team, just for the moment. Yeah, and I'm going to go up to the boss. Be careful in this section. Ice wall will break and there will be a big boulder coming downwards. Once it's passed, you can carry on. Now we need to climb this mountain. As we go around the little jumping puzzle to get to the boss, there's these chests. There should be about 4 or 5. Be careful jumping around here, as the wind will blow. When you're gliding, the wind will blow you. If you fall down, you can climb back up the hill. And once you get to the end of the jumping puzzle, the boss will spawn. Once someone's reached the end of the jumping puzzle, you can teleport to the boss. The Shiver Peaks boss is the first of the 5 IBS strikes, and this is the most easiest one to complete. Just tips for playing this one: just stick together on the commander and just kill. No mechanics. Halfway through he will do a spin and he's fairly easy to kill. So that's Shiver Peaks. The next strike we'll be doing is Freyner of Jormag. And this one is also a very easy one, and any tips for completing this one is stick with commander and just kill. There's no real mechanics on this one. And at some point he'll run to the side and jumps in the middle and turn into some big ice monster. Once he's nearly dead, he'll change back into his previous form. That's pretty much for Aeneid of Jormag. Next is the Voice of the Fallen and Claw of the Fallen, the Bears. This one is another easy one, but there is a little difference. You do need to. There'll be two champions you need to defeat on this strike, and you will need to switch at 25% damage. So you'll be fighting one, and then you should change to the other one. It's quite important that you do this because later on, if you kill one and then not the other becomes extra strong and he'll wipe out your team normally. Not all, in every case, but it can be very difficult to kill if you don't do it in this way. Whisper of Jormag. So now the fun begins. Whisper of Jormag is much more difficult than the previous three strikes we've just completed. It does have some mechanics on this one, and at 33%, it'll take you out into a cutscene, and you would have to fight yourself. And then at another 33%, you will have to fight yourself once again. But the worst part isn't the fight yourself; it is the dreaded chain. And if none of this makes sense, it will do once you begin your strike. Also, there are other things going on in the game, but you don't really need to worry about it. The chain starts after 33%, that's all you need to remember. And if you're running this strike for the first time, and you've got plenty of new players, you could be prepared to die a couple of times. So now we'll be covering Bone Skinner, the most difficult strike out of the IBS strikes and Cold War. Okay, so in Bone Skinner, what you need to remember is when attacking the boss, AoE attack against you will appear on the floor. So you move to the left or clockwise around the boss, try sticking together because if you don't stick together, the AoE could end up appearing all over the place. So even if you move to the left, other players will fall into your AoE. So it's better to stick together. This strike is quite difficult and can take a little bit of practice, but don't be worried about joining the strike, especially if I'm in the team. You're all welcome, and we all need to learn. And that's about it for Bone Skinner. There are a few little things going on in the game, but just remember to stay out of those AoEs as seen in the video. And good luck. I hope you enjoy the strike. So finally, the last strike, Cold War. So this is a fairly easy strike, and quite I think it's quite fun. Most other players don't really enjoy this one. They think it takes too long. Uh, but the tips for this strike is to just stick together and shoot down the choppers with the. So we're coming to the end. I just want to say before we get on to the rewards, I want to say I put a lot of work into making this video, and I would like you to subscribe below or like this video. It'll help me a great deal if you like it, obviously. Also, please comment or give me feedback below in the comment section. If you comment, let me know if you want me to do another video on this kind of content. Thank you very much. So what you actually get, well, you get various rewards from completing strikes, uh, the Icebrood Saga strikes and Cold War. You'll get several boxes to open when you kill a boss. Also, the boss will give you direct money. Some rewards require Icebrood Saga, but I would say it's still a good idea to complete the strikes for the money or just for practice. Also, you get profit shards, which I see you can use to buy ascended armor. I want to say a final thank you for watching and hope to see you again.